Hey guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. Well, it is November, and that means that here in Michigan, ice fishing season is hopefully right around the corner. And although the season hasn't started yet, I'm already making some improvements to my ice fishing gear. Now, the number one thing I wanted to upgrade this year when it came to ice fishing was the remote control panner that I use. If you remember last year, I did a review on a different company's panner, this one, and while it worked flawlessly, the thing is just gigantic, and the legs on this thing are not collapsible. I could barely get this thing in a 5-gallon bucket if I needed to, and then if I did, it took up the entire bucket. I mean, you could put other stuff in, but you were worried about these legs, you know, puncturing something. If I put this in my ice sled, I was worried about these legs puncturing my my ice hut. Like I said, it worked really well, but it was just way too bulky. I didn't like carrying it around, so I needed to make an improvement. So this year, what I did was I reached out to MOQCQGR, you remember that company name. They've actually changed their name since my last video. Now they're called Fish Pro. And Fish Pro has this electric panner right here that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. This thing, guys, this thing is really, really nice. It's really compact, made out of aluminum. It's not going to be rusting on you. And I've just fallen in love with it already. So I'm going to go over this panner, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and in the end, I'm going to tell you whether or not I think you should purchase it. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so obviously one of the number one things I like about this panner is that it has feet on the bottom that you can open and close whenever you need to. You get to your spot, open them up, you're done fishing for the day or you want to move spots, you can easily close these things up and you just throw this thing in the little bag they provide for you and you're good to go. Nice, quick, easy. With that other one I had, you couldn't do that. It was a pain in the butt anytime I wanted to move spots. So number one feature I like is that how small this can fold up. Another thing that I really enjoy about the panner is that the remote control that comes with it has a very long range. I don't even know what the max range is, but I was in my basement. I was about 20 feet away. I mean, really far. And from 20 feet away, I could still see when I was hitting the button. It was spinning around. So it probably works even a little bit farther than that, but I'm not going to lie. My eyesight, I couldn't tell if the thing was spinning. So at least 20 feet away, this remote control will work. Now, the only thing I don't like about this remote control is that it doesn't have like a little spot where I could put a lanyard or attach it to my coat. But other than that, it works great. Another thing I really like about this panner, guys, is if you look near the on-off switch over here, you have two other buttons where you can manually press these buttons and spin your camera. And I love that. I think that's a great idea because, you know, things happen. You might forget to bring your remote. You might bring your remote and actually drop it down your fishing hole. Things happen, right? Well, now if on the other panner, if I did that, if I lost my remote, dropped it down the fish hole, well, guess what? I can't operate that panner. This one, you could still use it, and I think that's a great feature. Another nice feature about this panner that my last panner did not have is on the top of this one, you have this little mount where you can mount one of your fishing cameras to it. My last one didn't have that. I just had to kind of balance the monitor of the camera up on top of it. I didn't like that because, you know, you bump it, it falls over, it lands on the ice, you could break it. Whereas with this one, you got one of these 1/4-inch screws. You can put any company's camera on it. It could be a Fish Pro camera. It could be something else. I've tried other cameras I have from other companies and they fit. It works really, really well and I like it a lot. This unit is powered by 2 AA batteries. Really easy to change in and out. You just remove these 2 screws on the top of the unit. This plate pops off and you pop in the batteries. Another thing I really love about the panner is the speed at which the camera pans while you're pressing the button. On the last panner I had, it was nice that it went slow. You know, you're not going to miss your bait when you're looking for it. However, I felt on the last panner it was way too slow. Whereas this one, it's a little quicker, but still not too fast where you can't make small adjustments and really get that camera where you want it to. This panner, it's a nice lightweight option as well, guys. It's only 15 ounces for the main part of it, another 2 ounces for this part, so 1 pound, 1 ounce. Makes it, again, very lightweight. It's not cumbersome when you're traveling around. That's a very nice part of it as well. Alright guys, so I will say one confusing thing about this panner is that if you look at the box it comes in, it says up to 11-inch diameter. Feet adjust to ice holes up to 11 inches in diameter. But then you look at the instruction manual and it says maximum spread, diameter of tripod stand, 9.5 inches. So what is it? Well, short and sweet, long story short, 8-inch holes, guys. You're not going to want to use this thing for anything larger than an 8-inch hole. I took one of my weights that are in my basement that is exactly 8 inches in diameter, and as you can see, when I put this tripod over it, it goes over that, but not much more. So again, 8-inch hole is probably the max hole you want to use. It'll work on 8-inch holes, 6-inch holes, 4-inch, that kind of stuff. All right, guys, so pros and cons, let's go over them really quick. Pros: it's lightweight. The feet fold up, making for easy storage. It comes with a storage bag. It's got an adjustable mount on the top that will keep your camera securely in place. It comes with a remote with a very long range of use. And it has manual buttons on the unit in case you lose the remote itself. And cons, guys, well, I can't really find many cons about it at all. Again, like I said, I just wish the remote had like a little spot where I could attach a lanyard, but other than that, everything else about this thing is perfect. So I appreciate you guys checking out this video. If this is something you're interested in, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It's at a really good price right now. And until next time, guys, tight lines.